As I thought that being I was fooling around with some of my coins this morning, I had recently gotten a few messages from Daniel 4619, and he's been buying in the head since. So I thought maybe that I would do this video for him, and also to let other people see some of my certified in the head cents. I do have others, and I've got almost probably a little over I don't know, over half I know of the whole set in circulated condition raw. They're in a Dance Co album. But the thing about showing you the album is that when they're in the Dance Co album, they sort of seated down inside the holes where you can't really get a good look at them. But I did want to show you some of these. And this is, now these are coins that I didn't really focus on and say, well, I'm going to focus on getting the 1859. These are just coins that I had run up against that I found were pretty decent deals and acquired them. This right here is an 1859. This is the very first year. And this is a very fine 25. Now, it is always smarter to get your in the head cents or any type coin for investment in a certified holder. Now, one of the main things that I always focus on, if you'll see just above her eyes and her ear, okay, there's a band. It says Liberty. I don't buy anything that doesn't have the full Liberty, okay? Anything less than that is just really not complete to me, okay? And of course you have better opportunities to sell. Now this is the very first. Now think about the very first coin is on the back of it. It has 1 cent. It has the oak wreath, okay? Now beginning in 1860 and there, beyond 1859, all of them have what you call an oak wreath with shield. And I'll give you a quick look at one of those. If you'll notice up there at the top, it has a shield, okay? Now that was the 1859. This one right here is a 1879 MS63 red brown. You can see that coin. That is a gorgeous coin. Absolutely beautiful. That's a 1879 MS63 red brown. Now when it comes to your in the head cents, your colors are very important. The redder that coin is, the better price that it brings. Your lowest premiums is your brown, okay, and that's typically going to happen whenever they go into circulation because exposure to element. So if you can get the coins that's been, you know, maybe in rolls or whatnot, then you're more than likely going to come up with a better color. Now this is a 1896 MS64 red. Now your reds bring your highest premiums. Now I want you to look at this. This is this is a very good looking coin. If I could get, I wish I could, it would capture the, it's got a toning purple developing over on the left hand side in front of her nose to the left. In that area, make it get, I got my blinds over there wanting to reflect in here. That's 1896. And of course here is the reverse. If you'll see, it has the shield at the top. You know, our new pennies that's just come out in 2010 also has that shield. Now here is a 1902. Nothing special about the coin. It's just a certified coin, MS63 slabbed, that I was able to acquire at a very good price. There's a reverse. Now here is an off-brand that you'll see. Now this is a PCI, and this is MS63 brown. As you can tell the difference in the colors. When I say an off-brand, okay, the top grading companies are PCGS, NGC, NX, and ICG. But the thing about what people don't realize is that PCI, back in their days, whenever they were grading corns, there was two type series that you would want to focus on or be aware of if you were looking to purchase the corn. Now you see it right there, PCI below it, there's a 10 digits, okay? During this time when they were encasing the corns and showed the 10 digit, actually during that period with PCI, their grading was very, very, very conservative. So actually what this says, being graded at MS63, could potentially be graded by another grader at a MS64. But I purchased it at a little below MS63 book. So, quite possible that I could get a big return on that if I ever wanted to submit it. Now here is a 1908S. Now this is one of the two corns, 1908 and 1909, that was struck at the San Francisco Mint. Only these two years did you see any corns come from San Francisco in the Indie Head series. Okay? This had just little over 1 million in population. Just over 1 million. So, you know, to be able to get one of these corns, even in graded condition, okay, even in circulated condition, you still have a really nice corn. Now this corn here is a very, very interesting corn. Now as you see, it says 1863 Army and Navy token MS61 brown. Now this has the capital, and it's rather brown, but let's see if I can get in here where you can get a better shot. That is the capital, okay? Now these corns came about during the Civil War. And these, you know, the Indian Head scents, such as these, and these dates prior to the Civil War, these corns, because they hold copper, because they have copper. Copper was hoarded during the Civil War. You didn't see very many Indian Head scents out and about. So what happened is a lot of merchants would strike their own corns. Now a lot of them had like their merchant name, like Bobby's Apples or John's Country Store, and they would issue these as change to people who come in and purchase items. So if you got one, if you shopped at John's Apple Store, you may get tokens back as change because of the lack of the pennies or the cents. I hate calling them pennies because that shows, you know, we're totally away from England. Okay, I like to call them cents. So they would issue these back in as change, and they could return to the store and they could exchange their tokens for goods and services. So these are really, really unique, and they're very interesting to collect. But yet this is only one I do have. Now I'm just going to show you a couple other things here, a couple other corns. This is a 2-cent piece. Okay, this is a 2-cent piece. Now if you look at this corn upside of a 1-cent piece, as you see there, you can see it's fairly large, just about the size of a quarter. Okay, about the size of a quarter. This is an uncirculated corn. Well, guys wouldn't believe this, but I found this corn on eBay with from a guy who was selling books. I mean, he had like about 1,000 books, and he had this coin. I got it for 19 bucks, man. This is well over $100 coin, uncirculated. Now, the thing about this is right at the top there, you'll see, "In God We Trust." People, this is the very first U.S. one to ever have that motto on the coin. And the coin was struck in this. It began in 1864, and because it had "In God We Trust," it was a failed coin, especially down in the South, because during the Civil War, both sides expected God to render them a victory in the war. And being that the North had won the war, people down South just would not accept the coin, and they rejected it. Here's a 1905 unslabbed. This is not slabbed, and it should be.